What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Atomic Pop featuring Fat Man and Little Boy. I am Stephen Korka.
I'm apparently the little boy.
Not really.
I'm Juan Farage.
All right, there we go. That's better. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, it's been about a week and change since we gathered, so we got a lot of things to talk about.
We had a block party.
We did have a block party. The block party was fabulous, a huge success. Thank you to everyone that came out, all the wonderful people that came to check us out, all the vendors that came out, all the people that just grabbed a bunch of stuff out of their garage to come sell it too. And we hope everyone had a great time. It was such a huge success. I think it's something we should do again. I don't know if in the near future, but definitely something we should do again.
Yeah.
And people had a great time. It wasn't even about, it was nice to sell things. It was nice to have people selling their things, but it was just a vibe. Like, people were hanging out, just having a good time, talking. Shout out to DJ Ease One, who kept the vibe going the whole time.
Yeah.
People were dancing.
Yeah.
Like, people were doing the cha-cha slide and I don't know what the stank leg. What's it called? What's that song? Do the stank leg.
I don't dance.
Who is that?
American music.
Whip. Oh, watch me whip. Who is that?
The Nene?
The Nene, whatever that guy. Yeah, they were doing that. It was great. Anyways, and shout out to Zombie Ice, Gene's joint food truck that came out. Orlando,
The Sweets,
the Sweet Got Bake, Indiana Muses, just overall really really great hit. Thank you everyone that came out to the block party. If you didn't see our web series, our webisode about the block party, check it out. It's in our history. Speaking of that, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do that. Just search Korka Comics in YouTube. We'll come up. We have about 12 or 13 episodes, and I can believe we're 13 deep.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
Believe it.
We've spoken a lot about a lot of stuff. We really have.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're about 13 episodes deep. I think this is episode 14, if I'm not mistaken. So just subscribe to our channel there, and we would greatly appreciate that. And quick disclaimer up front: we do curse.
Yep.
We tried our best to avoid putting money into the swear jar at our block party because we were outdoors amongst the general public. But now we're back in the confines of our compound.
Right, which means you guys can just shut it off.
Yeah.
Instead of complaining.
Yeah, if you don't like
every week.
If you don't like what we got to say.
Don't watch.
If you're offended by the word.
Any word. You
could be offended by the word goat.
Just turn it off.
Yeah, you could just turn it off.
Really simple.
It's that simple. Or
you can complain.
Or
more than welcome to every week.
Or you can hide behind your keyboard or your mobile device
and complain.
And complain.
And complain. And complain.
And complain. And you're more than welcome to come face to face and complain too.
You can come complain to me all you want.
Yeah.
There's nothing my ex-wife hasn't done, so.
Clearly. Anyway, so enough of that. We are here again, another web series of Atomic Pop, another episode. So let's get right into it, and let's talk about some great news that's happened in the last week. Some of it is old news to you internet folks because it's a week old. Some of it is not old. But let's start with the one I remember first since the block party, and that is the release of Cable's image, Josh Brolin as Cable in Deadpool 2. What do you think, Juan?
I think it's amazing. I
think it is above amazing. I think he looks great.
Yeah.
His eye, his scar. You see his cybernetics in his neck, and then his whole arm.
Right.
Like it's just great. It is a great real life rendition of the time traveler Cable.
You care to tell people who Cable is for those that don't know?
Cable is Nathan Summers, son of Cyclops and Jean Grey, brought to the future by Cyclops and Jean Grey, which I honestly forgot, even though I read the series, The Adventures of Cyclops and Phoenix, if you want to look it up. And
because he had a virus.
I don't know if he got it here or if he got it in the future. That's the part I don't know. But basically, he is the most powerful telepath ever in existence, but since he has the techno-organic virus, which gives him his metal arm, he needs to use the majority of his psychic and telekinetic powers to keep the virus in check, because if he doesn't do it, it will take over his body and he becomes literally a machine.
And his association with Deadpool started how?
They were in X-Force together.
Okay.
Or Deadpool came in as I don't know if Deadpool. I don't think that Deadpool wasn't on the team. He came in as a villain, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, but
and that's where they get Domino as well, because Domino was also
Domino's from X-Force as well. We spoke about
and
Domino
what is
last. X-Force is I mean, it's another X team, another book. I mean, there's a
Why does Cable come back?
Come back from what?
The future.
He comes back from the future to prevent the coming apocalypse. He's very similar to Bishop.
Right.
And his main enemy is Apocalypse, just like Bishop. And he just wants to stop the decimation of the human race. He also has an evil twin brother that's a clone, actually, which is Strife.
Right.
And then he
cool outfit.
He has a son in the future who became Apocalypse 2. If you care about all that stuff.
Now going back to the picture, so there's a couple theories out there on the teddy bear that's attached to him.
I don't like that's the one thing I don't like about it.
Well, the two theories, number one is that it's a keepsake from when he was a child, like the only memory he has of his father Cyclops. Which I doubt they would even address. The second thing is that because they might be introducing the little girl Hope.
Hope Summers was the first born mutant after there were no more mutants from Scarlet Witch, House of M.
Right.
She was the first born mutant after years, and it is rumored that she was to become Jean Grey reincarnated.
Yeah, she had the Phoenix Force.
Well, she didn't have it, but she had psychic powers. She looked very much like Jean Grey. But Marvel's kind of scrapped that story. Hope still exists, but now they're really focusing on Jean Grey from the past.
Do you think they could be bringing in Hope?
I don't know.
Because what other explanations for the teddy bear?
It's comic relief because it's Deadpool. I don't know. Let me tell you, if Cable's funny in this movie, I'm going to be pissed off.
Right.
I don't want him to be like Deadpool. I think Deadpool is great as a standalone, but Domino and Cable are just badass mercenaries. They're badass characters. They don't joke. They beat the shit out of you.
Which was funny. That was the whole Cable Deadpool series was basically Cable trying to get Deadpool out of his hair by giving him odd jobs, and Deadpool just always pissing him off. So maybe that's what they're going for, like the Cable the Deadpool series.
Possibly. I hope they don't. I hope the teddy bear isn't there just for comic relief.
Right.
But we'll see. Either way, looks great. Costume designer, makeup people over at Fox making Deadpool. Kudos to you guys.
Also, it's good because, when you first heard Josh Brolin was going to be Cable, weren't you a little worried because he exists as Thanos?
I wasn't worried because he exists as Thanos. I don't give a damn about that. But he wasn't my pick. I mean, I would have rather had the guy from Avatar, like we've spoken about.
Yeah.
I would have rather Dolph Lundgren,
But he looks good. I mean, he looks good as Thanos. He looks good as Cable.
Great. And Brad Pitt was rumored to be Cable, which that would have been awesome. I'm sorry.
Brad Pitt's amazing.
I can't hate on a Brad Pitt Cable. Yeah.
But I'm glad they did the makeup is so heavy because it kind of, you look at Thanos and you look at Cable and you can't tell it's the same actor.
Can't tell. And listen, whatever makeup they got, Cable looks worn out.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like he has seen the shit. Like hell.
Like he was a stripper.
Hell has rained down on him, like hardcore. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm sure we're gonna see a lot more in the near future, especially as these fall movies roll out. We'll probably see a Deadpool trailer and all that great stuff. So enough. We spent a lot of time just talking about a picture. Yeah. Cable's great character, great backstory. Get his back issues here, get his backstory here. If you want to know anything, you can talk to me probably because Wanda really doesn't know a lot about Cable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I actually read the books.
Right.
Anyways, so what's next on our news stuff? Aquaman.
What about Aquaman?
Well, they are filming the movie, as we know.
Okay. And
the director revealed that it's extremely tough to film underwater. And all I gotta say is no shit.
Yeah, I mean, how are we going to talk about this? Thank God we had so much to say about the picture.
It seemed like a silly statement to me. Like people don't breathe underwater, and he wants to use practical effects, so he doesn't want to do a lot of CGI, which I respect. Because I don't want to see a bunch of CGI Atlanteans and Aquaman. So great, put him underwater, but like, how long can you hold your breath for?
I mean, look at me, like 2 seconds.
I mean, I can hold my breath for, I think, like a minute and a half, which isn't good either. You know?
Really?
Yeah, it's not 2 minutes, maybe, if I'm lucky. No, I'm going to go with a minute and a half.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the record's like 20 minutes or something like that.
But
20 minutes? Someone could hold their breath for 20 minutes?
20 minutes? Well, I mean, maybe they're... I don't know.
Holy shit. I have to eat fast just so I don't die from lack of oxygen.
Whatever it is, I mean,
Holy fuck.
human beings cannot hold their breath for a long time.
We're not meant to be underwater.
Let alone act underwater, let alone do fight scenes underwater,
Yeah.
which exhausts the oxygen that you are withholding in your body. You can't look like you're under. You can't be like,
Then you just get a free throw.
you know, like you have to actually like look like you're supposed to be there.
So I mean, that statement though would lead you to believe that there's going to be a lot of underwater stuff.
Of course, it's an Aquaman movie.
Yeah, but you know, you could take a cop out.
Let's-
Free diver, 22 minutes.
Because sometimes so many
22 minutes underwater, holding your breath.
Oh my god.
Well, he's just weird because normal people can't even go past a couple minutes. So
Right.
yeah, well, kudos to you, German guy. So I don't know. I mean, Aquaman would be good. I'm like, I don't. Jason Momoa's Aquaman. I'm like, whatever about.
I think it looks great.
I think it looks great, but I'm whatever about it. You know,
Have they released a villain yet?
I don't know. I
It
think
has to be Black Manta.
I think
right?
Black Manta.
It has to be Black
I don't
Manta.
know. I don't know who it is. Whatever. Aquaman movie. So hard to film underwater. I mean, I could have told you that. Just reference Waterworld by Kevin Costner, which was a horrible movie, by the way.
I mean, it's better now than it used to be.
You think so?
Yeah, because it's very cheesy, cult classic type. Do you like The Postman? That's another one. Got to
Postman.
deliver mail.
Postman is better than Waterworld, though.
Yeah, but Waterworld's now it got better.
I think Kevin Costner just wanted to repeat the success of Dances with Wolves and just failed miserably.
Right.
Yeah. Not hating Kevin Costner. I love Kevin Costner.
Mm-hmm.
Bodyguard's great. He's great as Pa Kent. He was great in Hidden Figures as the Nassau guy. I don't know if you saw the movie, but yeah. Anyways, okay. So that's Aquaman.
Justice League.
Let's stay in the DC universe and talk about Justice League. People of the internet, if you've been hiding under a rock, Zack Snyder bowed out from finishing the Justice League project due to tragedy in his family.
Right.
And Joss Whedon took over, and apparently he's really taking over. He's doing a ton of reshoots, a ton of rewrites, and most importantly, they revealed that he has drastically changed the ending.
Wow.
Like, it's totally different from the
Joss
ending
Whedon's
that was.
a little full of himself.
Here's my problem with Joss Whedon. I didn't like Age of Ultron that much.
No, I thought Age of Ultron was not that great.
I actually didn't think Avengers was that great either.
It was pretty. It was pretty easy.
good. It was good. I mean, yes. Look, you're putting all the characters together. It's like easy. I think is a great way to put it. You put the characters on a platter. Here you go. Just put them on screen
There's
together.
Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America,
and you win.
Yeah.
You
Right.
win. You know.
Not that hard.
The Chitauri was a horrible villain.
Mhm.
You know, they looked like Transformers.
Right.
And
The whole Hulk and Black Widow romance
love thing,
weirdness, yeah.
horrible, fucking horrible.
Terrible,
Don't even get me
terrible.
started on that. I hate that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like Age of Ultron just seemed like Avengers 1 chewed up and spit back out. Instead, Chitauri, we have robots.
Right.
And I love James Spader, but I didn't like James Spader's Ultron. I thought
Are you a Joss Whedon fan at all? Did you like any of his TV shows?
I didn't watch any of his TV shows, so I can't even.
What would he do? He did like Dollhouse,
He did Dollhouse. He did
Firefly,
He did Firefly, and
Which
he
was
did
great.
and he did Buffy.
and Buffy. I wasn't into Buffy either.
You know, but people suck Buffy's dick like hard.
A lot of people love Buffy. I don't know.
Yeah, they do. Like they're on
Firefly.
They're on
Firefly
that
was
stake.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even Serenity was pretty good.
Well, I mean, the only thing I liked about that was what's her name? The girl that was in Terminator: Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Who did Terminator?
James Cameron.
No, the TV show.
Oh, I don't know.
Did you like it? I love that
I did
TV
like
show.
it.
Super
I liked
underrated.
it. I did like it. Yeah, Cersei was the main character.
Yeah.
She was Sarah Connors.
Yeah, Cersei was her.
Um,
Oh, that's nice.
But so you threw me off.
So Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon
changing
is
Zack
totally
Snyder's work.
Basically, what I read is that Justice League was going to end on a cliffhanger, making you want Justice League 2. It reveals Darkseid coming down and showing himself, and I'm here to attack the Earth. And Joss Whedon has scrapped that and has actually put a bookend on Justice League.
Okay.
So even though they're planning a sequel, it's not a cliffhanger ending. The movie ends before the next one begins.
All right, but that's fine.
I mean, what if Darkseid doesn't show up?
then he won't show up.
See, here's my problem. I think viewers are going to compare what DC is doing way too much to Marvel.
Right.
Because let's be real, Darkseid is the DC Comics version of Thanos.
Well, Thanos. Okay, yeah.
Yes. You were going to say Apocalypse?
I was going to say Apocalypse.
Oh God, fail. Huge
What?
fail.
He looks
dude.
like him.
Huge. I don't know who came first, Darkseid or Thanos, but either way, they're the same.
Mm.
You know, it's like elongated man to Mr. Fantastic. You know, Superman to Sentry or Hyperion.
Right.
You know. Trying to find other.
So you want to see Darkseid?
I do, but I just don't want the viewers to be like, this is too much like Marvel. Thanos and Darkseid, same thing, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, whatever. We'll see what they do. We'll see what Joss Whedon does. Ben Affleck came out in a statement today, a couple days ago, saying how unorthodox it is to have two directors with two very different visions come in. He's never experienced it before, but of course, you know, playing the Batman.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
He's not going to talk a lot of shit about it. So he's basically saying, "Oh yes, I love what Zach does, but I love what Joss is doing." It's a total like can.
But him saying it's very unorthodox is him saying this is fucking weird.
Yeah, like
And Ben Affleck, for all the criticism, is an awesome director. So.
and a good writer.
Yeah, so
Oscar-winning writer. You know, he knows what he's doing.
He really does. So that's that makes me a little nervous.
I mean, listen, everyone is on Wonder Woman's dick hard, and I don't think it's as great as everyone says it is. It's good, but like, it's not like, oh my God, Wonder Woman saved comic book movies. I don't.
Right, but you know, you have to take into account people's expectations for DC to the DC universe as a whole now in the movies. Which is what like elevated Wonder Woman, right? Everyone thought it was going to be a piece of shit.
You know what? They did a ton of reshoots post the opening of Wonder Woman. I got a feeling that they put more Wonder Woman in this movie now post the Wonder Woman movie. You know?
Yeah.
And I think characters that we want to see and get to know are going to get slighted.
Right.
I think we're not going to get enough, you know, Cyborg, enough Flash, enough Aquaman. It's going to be basically the Batman and Wonder Woman show. You know? And I don't know.
Well,
we'll see. We'll see what Joss and the Warner Brothers camp does, and our hearts go out to,
he can't be worse
to the
than Zack
Snyder family.
Though.
I liked Man of Steel, man. I got nothing bad to say about that movie.
If you take all his other movies, I mean, Zack Snyder's a really great visual director, but his stories, I mean, 300, right? Sucker Punch, whatever.
I liked Man of Steel.
See, and I didn't, so maybe I'm a little more biased.
I liked Man of Steel. I thought it was the best Superman movie I've ever seen.
Oh, no.
And I love Superman, too.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. We've had this discussion a million times.
We could spend an hour talking about Superman. So Justice League coming out in November before Thanksgiving, the week before Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving weekend's going to be all about the Justice League. Which kudos to Warner Brothers for not trying to go against The Last Jedi. I think that would have been a bad move.
Yeah, it would have been.
Because everyone's going to go see Last Jedi.
Everybody is.
Everybody.
Yeah, and
which you know what? I forgot to mention this, so we're gonna put this in the thing. That the director of Last Jedi came out the last week, and I'm totally throwing you don't even know about this. You know, he said that Empire Strikes Back is one of his favorite movies, and he uses it as a huge reference point for Last Jedi. And he doesn't care if people see Last Jedi and give it the same criticism people gave Force Awakens, that this is like
a carbon copy
of Empire Strikes Back. What do you think about that?
Well, I think Empire Strikes Back came out over 30 years ago. You know, and it might suck for us that we have to rehash these movies that we grew up with. You know, but I mean, it'll be good for my kids. It'll bring in a whole new audience. I mean, that's what A New Hope did. I mean, Force Awakens did.
I liked Force Awakens better than A New Hope because, yes, were there similarities, but I thought Force Awakens was like a great remake of A New Hope. You know?
Yeah, but we don't need a remake. But that's because A New Hope was...
See, here's the problem. Force Awakens didn't need the Death Star planet.
Right,
that was the problem.
Awful.
Like, if they got rid of that movie would have been perfect.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. But that was just too much. And the problem is that Empire Strikes Back is so much better than A New Hope.
Well, they say that Finn and and some girl, this Asian girl that's starring alongside of him in the movie. I don't know her character name yet. Is going to be like going to a casino planet, a planet that's heavy on gaming and stuff.
Okay.
That we've never seen, which would be cool. And it's gonna be all lavish, and they're like, oh, they're comparing it to Cloud City already and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, and Rey's training with Luke on some weird planet, just like Luke trained with Yoda on some weird planet.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, so not to mention, you know, the Empire was hit pretty bad in New Hope, so they came back in Empire Strikes Back. What are they called? They're not called the Empire. They're called the whatever Kylo Ren's people are in. I don't know. Whatever the bad guys. We're not being good fans right now.
No.
Not at all. You know, they got hit pretty hard. Their whole planet got blown up. You know?
Right.
So, and let's be real. Leia's gonna die in this movie. I don't know how they're gonna kill her, but they're gonna kill her. They have to, especially since they said they're not gonna CGI her for episode 9.
Right.
So, however they send her off. So basically, we lost Han in episode 7.
Right.
We're gonna lose Leia in episode 8, and we'll see what happens in 9.
Luke in episode 9.
I'm still gonna watch it. I'm still signed up.
I'm actually
Jedi.
I'm still excited.
Super excited for Last Jedi. The thing that made Force Awakens great was it made like J.J. Abrams made me care about these new characters to the point where like I didn't give a fuck that Han Solo and Leia and Luke were in the movie. It's like that's great that they're in there. I want to know what's happening with Finn and Rey and Kylo.
I did not give a fuck about them at all. I really only cared about Han and Chewbacca and Leia.
Oh, whatever. Okay.
And the only reason I have hope and want to see this is because Rogue One was so good.
Rogue One was good, but that's just whatever, and we won't spend too much time on Rogue One, even though everyone died, which was amazing. So that's it. The Last Jedi is coming out in December, about probably like 3 to 4 weeks after Justice League.
Sure.
So Justice League's got a lot of good lead time to get up those box office numbers, which I'm sure they'll do well.
Yeah.
Will they beat Wonder Woman's box office numbers?
Maybe. You'd have to think they will.
I think they will too.
Yeah,
I think they will.
Because you have Wonder Woman.
You have everybody. You have everybody.
Yeah.
It is the most highest value DC movie ever to come out. All their best characters are thrown into one right now.
Right.
So we'll see how they do. Anyways, what else were we going to talk about?
Well, I know that I'm really excited. And I don't know if you know this, but The Defenders comes out next week.
I'm so not caught up, but I'm kind of excited.
They released a 3rd trailer. And some of the reviews already started coming out that it's amazing.
I mean, as long as they take care of Danny Rand, because he's just a piece of shit.
And here's the problem. So according to the reviews, it's fantastic. All the characters work good together, but Danny Rand is still Danny Rand from Iron Fist, meaning a petulant child.
Nothing against the actor. He's spitting the words out. He's not the writer. I hate on the writers. I think the character of Iron Fist / Danny Rand is horrible. I think he's a fucking pussy, and I think he's just like you said, a spoiled brat, and he's just like, he's just not good. He's not good. He's always like scared and timid sometimes. It's like you're Iron Fist. You're like the biggest martial artist ever.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like, why are you so timid? Whatever, though.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. It's only going to be an 8-episode series.
That's it?
8 episodes, right? Yeah.
That's good. That means I can watch it quick. Good.
Yeah, so.
Good. These 13 episodes, I'm just like,
Oh, yeah, but the team up, man. I'm super excited about it.
We'll see how it does. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Anyways, so, Defenders. Star Trek Discovery is coming out in September. They just revealed that the girl on Walking Dead, I need to learn her name because we talk about her a lot, you know. But she's obviously the front runner character in the Star Trek Discovery series. They released a little backstory. Her parents were killed by Klingons, and we know Klingons are going to be in the show, like one of the main villains. And Spock's family raises her as a Vulcan, even though she's a human being. So that's a cool little twist.
Spock's family?
Spock's family.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So it seems like they're trying to tie it together just a little too much.
Yeah.
But they could have just been a Vulcan family.
Fan service, right?
It didn't have to be Spock, but I think it's fan service. But either way, we know why she hates Klingons. So we'll check it out. Star Trek Discovery.
Still disappointed that it's streaming.
I'm super disappointed in streaming. So, like we said before, watch it on CBS, those first 2 episodes. Everyone just, watch the hell out of it. Tell your friends to watch it, because if the ratings are good, CBS will keep it in their regular rotation and not go to their streaming service.
Right.
Speaking of streaming services, I think the biggest news to come out in the last week is that Disney is leaving Netflix in 2019.
Yeah, it caused Netflix to lose 5% of their company's value, initially.
I would
this
say
is
so.
huge news.
Huge news, because listen, let me tell you what, it's great that Netflix has their original content, which, let's not hate it. Stranger Things is great. House of Cards is great. What else is original content on there?
Well, they have a lot, but I just don't like. I like those. I like the Marvel stuff, but
The Marvel stuff is great. Well, no, the Marvel, from what I read up, the Marvel shows that are currently in existence on Netflix will remain on Netflix because Netflix co-produces them.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I like that, but they also have a lot of failures.
yeah, they do have a lot of failing shows.
Sense8, I watched that. I thought that was terrible.
I heard it was good. Never saw it.
Master of None, I thought is just awful. That's with On Season. Sorry. I mean, some people like it.
Here's the problem. Here's the
I do
problem
not
with.
like it at all.
Listen, here's my problem with Netflix. Netflix is internet movies. That's basically what Netflix means.
Right.
The movie selection on Netflix is horrible. It's horrible. It's just not good. So basically, people that subscribe to Netflix aren't subscribing to it to watch the crappy movies they offer. Once in a while, they'll throw in a bone here and there. Like, here, we're going to give you this movie.
Yeah.
Yes! But for the most part, the majority of the movies just suck a fat dick.
Yep.
But you subscribe to Netflix for the TV shows and the original content. I think that's why people... I know that's why we do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm sure that's why you do it, too. I mean, you don't do it... I mean, and then... Disney has their movies on there. They have their TV shows for kids, and they have their Marvel movies.
Right.
But Disney's going to pull all that now.
Right.
So, what's the incentive for us to keep Netflix other than their original content?
Well, that's what it is. I think.
But does their original content draw people in enough?
I mean, I love House of Cards. I love Stranger Things. I don't see myself not ever watching that.
You think House of Cards is going to be around in 2019?
No. No. Yeah, I don't know, man, because it's mostly the Disney stuff that keeps me there, along with a few of their original content.
So basically, we're talking about all Disney stuff.
Right.
So all the princess stuff, all the classic movies, everything Pixar.
Yep.
All their TV shows from Disney, Disney XD, the kid shows,
Right. Their Marvel stuff.
all their Marvel stuff, all their Star Wars stuff. The only thing that will stay there that is Disney
How about
related,
the ABC TV shows?
all the ABC TV shows.
Is going to be
Agents
gone,
of
right?
S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter, all that.
Same thing, believe it or not. I would imagine they're pulling out all their ESPN shows as well.
No.
So ESPN, so what you're telling me is their documentary, the 30 for 30, which is fantastic.
Fantastic.
30 for 30 will make you care about anything, right? So it's this great documentary series produced by ESPN that is on Netflix. That's going to remain there?
Right now, that and supposedly a lot of the Marvel stuff, also the movies as well. Right now, all they're pulling is anything that has the label Disney.
That's funny. You did.
He said right now all they're putting is anything that has the label Disney. But if
That doesn't make sense because they're starting if they're going to start their own streaming
Listen,
service and they want to compete, I'd imagine
the only way Disney's going to keep at the end of the day, Disney can't touch Daredevil or Defenders or any of the Hell's Kitchen stuff,
right?
You know, because they are in a licensing deal with them. They kind of fucked themselves, similar to what they did with Fox
Right.
and all that other stuff. But and let's keep this for real too. Netflix can keep the Fox stuff. They can get X-Men. They can get Fantastic Four. They can get the X-Men shows.
Right.
All that stuff. So, in a sense, Marvel properties can still exist in the Netflix verse. But if we know Disney like I think we know Disney, they own ABC, they own ESPN, they own Marvel, they own Pixar.
They own A&E.
If they're gonna launch their own streaming service, then they're gonna put it all up there.
That's what I'd imagine.
Yeah. Now they did rumor having a Marvel streaming service separate from Disney, and they also had a Star Wars one separate. Which, by the way, they cannot stream A New Hope. A New Hope is owned by Fox. I found that out.
No way.
Yes, that is the only one Disney does not own
What
out
is
of
going on
everything.
with these contracts?
Well, if you can think about it, Fox Fox made A New Hope with George Lucas. Fox distributed A New Hope, and I'm sure George Lucas went into a deal with Fox to get his movie made.
Right.
You know, so that's probably what happened. You know, now when Empire came out, George Lucas was probably like, "Listen, Fox, you don't get these rights to this movie. Sorry." You know. So, but at the end of the day, like, cable's out the door. I think we can agree on that.
Yeah, cable's dead.
Cable's dead. If Time Warner, if Comcast, if Uverse, AT&T doesn't get their shit together and lower their prices,
Right.
they're going to. 15 years from now, they're not going to exist.
Right. Because right now, like, let's see, Netflix has all that we talked about, including Showtime.
Yes.
And a lot of the channels.
HBO has its own streaming service.
So the thing is, I can get Hulu.
Yeah.
Hulu, Netflix.
You got Amazon Prime.
Right. Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, ESPN, if I wanted to, streaming, and HBO Go, and have everything that's on cable for like $50.
$50 to $60.
Instead of paying $150 for Comcast.
Yeah.
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 Cable's dead.
Yeah. So, but with that said, you're gonna have all these streaming services, you know, so what? Are people just gonna, like, pay multiple people? Or is someone gonna come out on top? How's this gonna work out?
Well, maybe someone will have some business that is like a gate, like brings it together for your gateway, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, I say kudos to Disney. They have enough stuff under their umbrella to do this. They're gonna do it. They're gonna be successful. I'm gonna subscribe to it.
No, I'll subscribe as well. And as we've seen from Disney, they're willing to hurt themselves to hurt others. And Disney was trying to actually buy out Netflix before pulling out, and according to Disney, Netflix overvalued themselves. Yeah. Right? So now Disney's like, all right, we'll compete with you. And at the end of the day, they'll go farther than Netflix is going to go. They canceled Fantastic Four. Just because of the Fox thing. They don't have a Fantastic Four comic.
I know.
And for a while, they threatened we weren't going to get X-Men toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... And these are the shareholders that are doing this as well, so...
No, they're playing tough. They're
ruthless, so... If I was Netflix, I'd be afraid.
I would too, because I don't know if Netflix can retain the... They need better movies. They need better movies. They need more shows. They need more licenses.
But are movies that popular anymore? I'll tell you what, man. I'd rather have a good mini series than I would a movie.
I think they go hand in hand. You know, like listen, movie. Basically, Netflix put Blockbuster Video out of business.
Yes.
But people like to watch movies. They like to watch the movies that come out.
But that was more. I feel like that was more of a price thing.
Whatever it was,
they priced Blockbuster out of it.
Yes, whatever it is, people are going to want to watch movies that were in the theaters that are just released on DVD, and they don't want to buy the DVD, and they don't want to buy it on iTunes or Google Play either. They want to stream these movies. So who's going to do that? Who's going to be the service? Is it Redbox?
Why is this such a problem?
Because the studios. It's the studios that don't give the licenses for stuff.
But you have like 5 major studios. You don't think one of these people could have negotiated something by now?
Of course they can, but at the same time, the studios got to make back their money. You think they make that back? Listen, if every person bought a $20 DVD, they're making money hand over fist versus every person spending $9 for a streaming service, where they can watch unlimited stuff as much as they want. You know, their profit margin goes down significantly.
No, I understand that.
Yeah, so that's what it is. This is a very informative show. We're not being funny at all. We're just totally like, this is like, I feel like this is like CNBC right now.
Netflix spent $6 billion on original content for this year.
That's
$6
Are you
billion.
Sure about that number?
Yep.
You're sure about that?
And they're a $75 billion company. We're doing this whole CNBC thing.
Wow.
Or I think Disney is worth $160 billion.
I can't get rid of a mental blast.
Dude, there's a gentleman outside our store right now with, literally, he put his bike up against our storefront and has a cardboard sign, which I don't know what it says on it.
You sell a lot of them.
What's he doing?
I have no idea, man.
Strange individual, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, so Disney's streaming live, whatever they're going to call it, it's going to be successful. I'm looking into Amazon Prime because I'm seriously thinking about dumping my cable service. HBO Now, I looked into it, is $15 a month.
Right.
Which is like almost twice as much as Netflix.
Right.
But you get all their HBO movies, you get all their HBO shows ever in existence,
Yeah.
which is like gold right there.
Yeah.
Because HBO does not make, it's rare they make a bad show.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Hulu's is NBC shit, right? Mainly.
They have Fox stuff too.
Do they?
They have original content. They have anime.
Yeah.
I like Hulu more than I like the Amazon stuff.
Are we missing a streaming service? Did we
No.
cover everyone pretty much?
Netflix, Hulu, Amazon.
You know who's dropping the ball here? In all honesty, Google and Apple.
Apple, yeah.
Google and Apple are dropping the ball severely in the streaming business. Yeah, Apple has Apple TV, but it's just it's like having a DVD player, a smart DVD player. You can put apps on. Big deal. And Apple's trying to get into the streaming music service to compete with Spotify with Apple Music, but they're like late in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And Google, I don't even know if Google has a fucking streaming service for music. But why isn't Google and Apple arguably the two biggest tech giants in the world, that not only have the hardware but have the media to back it up? Why aren't they launching streaming
I'm not
services?
listening to anything you're saying.
Oh, because of the weird guy with his
Because of the
cardboard
weird
sign? And his Crocs?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so, I don't know. Apple, Google, get on it. Stream, it's easy.
So it's too late for them.
It's too late. It is too late. Well, it's not too late. Weird shit can happen, man. Whatever.
Yeah, but mostly they're not gonna start something up. I mean, all these companies are all established.
In all honesty, Apple could easily be like, you want to know what? We do not support Netflix and Disney's streaming service on our devices. Guess what that just does? That just fucks Netflix and Disney.
No, that fucks
big
Apple.
time. No way.
I 100% would switch phones.
All right. If Google and Apple did that,
It's a strong stance.
I know
I
that's.
think you're wrong about the Apple thing because people waited in a long ass line for an Apple phone.
exactly.
A long ass line for a Google or Android.
Yeah, but no one likes to be limited.
It doesn't.
No, they're already limited with Apple.
They are limited. And if Apple said, "Hey, guess what? We don't support Netflix anymore," you think people would be like, "Oh, I don't want my iPad anymore. I'm gonna go get an Android pad." I don't even know what the Android pads are called.
Samsung Galaxy.
Man, that'd be a risky all-in move.
It'd be super ballsy. But
That would be ballsy.
and the only way it would work is if their streaming service was really good.
Right.
Listen, we're talking about the hypothetical that doesn't even exist. But
Well,
Apple,
that's why Windows sold so well, right? It's because or Internet Explorer, they were putting them in every computer.
it was in every computer.
Yeah.
It was there. It was mandated. Yeah, in a sense. I mean, you could do other things, but it was just right there. It was easy.
Right.
Yeah. Apple, we just gave you the keys to the castle. Google, you too, if you want to sit at the table with Apple, make it happen.
Yeah, just invite us.
Yeah. yeah. Yeah.
This guy, and take this guy.
Yeah, take this guy.
Something's happening.
He looks like that guy on Univision. What's his name?
Oh, I don't watch Univision.
No, the one that stood up to President Trump and about
Oh, that
Univision.
communist piece of shit.
What's his name?
What's that communist piece of shit's name? Yeah, Jorge Ramos.
Jorge Ramos.
Fucking stupid motherfucker.
All right. Well, he looks just
Where
like
the
him,
fuck
actually.
is he from? He's Mexican, right?
Yes.
Huh.
Is he?
Fucking piece of shit. That's what he is.
I like tacos.
I mean, that guy's such a fucking douche,
All right,
man.
but whatever. We're not here to talk about that stuff at all. We're here to talk about Netflix and comic books and Star Wars and stuff like that.
Piece of shit.
Anyway, so is there anything else going on? Do we have any comments? By the way, at Susie Fett's in the store, but I got her doing some other stuff. So right now we got Randall in the house. Randall of ESPN running the cameras. Any comments? Any questions from anyone, Randall?
Okay, first off, Mark Landis on the Facebook said Jack Kirby made Darkseid first. I confirmed that it was Darkseid came November 1970 in the Jimmy Olsen book.
Darkseid came in the Jimmy Olsen book in 1970. Thanos came in 1973. So
Thank you, Mark.
Marvel, you copied DC.
Well, Marvel copied DC and everything, though. No, is that a surprise?
I don't think everything.
A lot of it, though.
I don't know. I think that's. I don't agree with that. I don't know. I don't agree with that. Anything else?
Ken Marshall says that
I
Juan
wanted to
is in
save
love
it
with
to
Ben
copy
Affleck.
minutes.
You're in love with Ben Affleck, really?
Not as much as I'm in love with Ken Marshall.
Oh, fair enough. So maybe you could be the finger cuffs. Maybe Ken Marshall can be up front and Ben Affleck can be up in the back.
I just think Ben Affleck's a good director. Is that like such a shocking statement?
I don't think it's a shocking statement either. You know what? I think Ben Affleck gets a bad rep because of Geely and because of Jersey Girl and because of Daredevil.
Right.
Which I didn't mind.
And you know what? I like that he won an Oscar, right, for Good Will Hunting writing it.
And he won an Oscar for Argo.
He directed Argo, which he won an Oscar for, and yet he's not full of himself. Like,
No.
he's great. He still does like Kevin Smith fucking stupid bit parts.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Kylo Ren group is called First Order.
Oh, the First Order.
That's right.
Yeah, First Order Snowtrooper. We have a ton of First Order pops.
I know, we have a ton of First Order everything.
Yeah, we have, please buy our First Order
Oh,
shit.
please buy First Order stuff.
And the last name of the Star Trek chick is Soniqua Martin.
Okay.
Say that again?
Soniqua Martin.
Soniqua Martin.
Thanks, guys.
Soniqua, that's like Sonique. Remember Sonique, that musician back in the late 90s?
That is super obscure, man.
Your love makes me feel so good.
Oh, that's her name. I remember the song. What do I do in moments like this, really?
Sonique, which is not Soniqua, but you know, whatever. Soniqua Martin?
Got your inkling now.
I'm not going to remember that ever.
It's hard.
We'll just call her the girl from The Walking Dead. People know.
Why can't she be like Jane Foster?
That's super boring, too, though.
But that's easy to remember.
Yeah.
And what else? Anything else?
No, somebody was asking if we're in the Miami or Pine store.
We are in the Miami store, and we film this in the Miami store every Monday afternoon. If anyone wants to come live to watch us live and heckle us or ask questions to the live audience, you're more than welcome to do that. Anything else?
Somebody said they want to see Juan do the Watch Me Whip dance.
I have no idea.
I
don't know how to do it.
Dude, you got to do it.
Whoever said that, first of all, is a fuck ass.
Give me the mic.
Like, second of all, I have no idea. If I wouldn't do this...
Who said that? Who said that?
No, somebody else.
Who said
Listen.
it? Wait, who said they want to see Juan do the Watch It Whip dance?
If you let that resolve.
Find it.
Are there that many comments on Instagram?
Well, there's a bunch of like joinings. And
Oh.
Oh, man.
can't find it.
If I wouldn't do the kid and play...
Not the
Why
kid,
on-
but just do the.
Why on?
do the stank leg.
I don't know how to do it. I don't know what that
All
is.
you gotta do is dig your leg into the ground and then like do this.
Oh, no. Fuck no, man. That's all good.
Come on, do the stank
I'd
leg.
rather do the kid and play, which I'm not going to do.
Anything else?
Kid and Play, by the way, is a house party. Great movie.
And then somebody was asking about Hope Summers, if you think we'll see her at some point in the future in the movies.
I hope we don't, but we might. I hope we don't, though. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, it would be hard to explain her because they can't talk about...
There's too much to get to Hope Summers. First of all, they gotta kill Jean Grey proper and keep her dead for like a while. You know, and then to bring Hope back.
Yeah,
like,
I guess it's not looking like it because then like you have to explain Scarlet Witch and the No More Mutants.
You don't have to do that. You could easily say that someone did a virus that killed off the mutant gene. You could do that. You could take that route too, which they've tried in comics. And then she's the first new mutant. There's a lot of ways you can go about it, but Hope is just putting Hope in the X-Men franchise and explaining it properly scares me just as much, just not as much, but close to the Flashpoint movie that they announced. You know, it's just too much backstory.
I mean, who knows? I mean, from all accounts, Legion was super successful, and I feel like Legion would have been too hard of a character to introduce.
I don't know, son of Professor X, that's a schizophrenic.
Yeah, but I feel like Legion's was deep enough into the lore that it would have been, why not Hope? If they can do Legion, they can do Hope.
I don't know. By the way, that comic the Cable run with Hope and Bishop chasing them throughout the time stream was fucking great. Like underrated too. I think we have it in the half-off bins at the Pembroke Pine locations. But get it, it's really good.
Cable has been in a lot of good stories.
Cable's been amazing. He really has. Anything else?
Nope.
That's it? That's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, we stream this live on Instagram and Facebook live. But we put the HD version with the microphone version in case you have problems hearing us live. Not live, but we put it up on YouTube in a day or two, depending how quickly I can get to it. When
are we going to see a movie?
Dude, there are no good movies coming out.
There's a ton of them.
Tell me what.
Blade Runner?
When is that coming out?
I don't know.
Not soon. Not that soon.
Kingsman 2 this year, right?
Not this month. There's nothing. Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
About Atomic Blonde.
I don't care about Atomic Blonde. Whatever. Sorry, Charlize. I don't care about your wannabe Lucy movie,
Yeah.
which Lucy wasn't that great either.
Lucy was awful.
Yeah. You got anything else to say?
No, have a nice day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search Korka Comics if you like what you see. And if you don't like what you see, subscribe to it anyways, because you support local businesses and local internet shows that speak for the people by the people. All right?
Yeah, if the people are sociopaths.
Are you calling yourself a sociopath?
Well, there's two of us here. You have some tendencies, man.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, for Atomic Pop with Fat Man and Little Boy, I'm Stephen Korka, live from Korka Comics in Miami on 107th and 8th Street. We have another store in Pembroke Pines on Pines Boulevard, just east of University Drive, and we are open 7 days a week, and we have great stuff. #1 Funko Pop selection in all South Florida. And, yeah, like I said, I'm Stephen Korka, and you are?
I'm Juan Farach. I have no emotions.
Thank you very much. Take care, ladies and gentlemen.